Okay, so, well, we did mix a song today that was a complete epic. I wouldn't say it wasn't a disaster. Well,
It was painful.
it was painful. I was having some technical issues, so we spent about 4 hours on the phone with Sweetwater. But we did it. We prevailed. So that song's done. So what we'll do is tomorrow we'll probably go through and break down that mix. This we're just going to get this mix up and running. So this is Rob's idea. So if this really stinks, it's his fault. So he's going to talk me through me importing my template. So we'll see. You'll see how good he is. Okay. So here we got drums. We got bass. I think that's just a DI with SansAmp. Yep. Where SansAmp just has a distinct sound.
Yeah.
And again, I went with all the same colors. It's kind of a reason. We'll get into it. Here's all the guitar. A lot of guitars on this. And there's a talk. And then all these vocals.
A lot of vocals. Stacked vocals.
A lot of vocals. Oh, yeah. The
Very
talk
cool.
is here. Yeah. Yeah, so here's like the main kind of vocals with talking. And then we've got lots, not a lot, but a fair amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So I'll play through a minute of it, let you hear it. So there's the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think? I ironed out a vocal sound that I liked for the first song. And
Okay.
I think it's the same sessions.
Got ya.
So we can fly one in and
Okay.
boost over everything.
Sounds
All
good.
right. So first thing we do is Command Shift U, Command Shift B, remove unused.
Mm-hmm.
We have saved in Mix Prep 2.
Yep. We've done a save as so we don't blow up the initial tracking session.
Right, because what can happen when you import a big mixing template?
You can grab somebody else's I/O and it can go haywire.
Or you can freeze Pro Tools.
Yeah. I didn't want to go there. Still got a little PTSD from earlier today on that
Oh
change.
my god. We were shooting video too. I did probably drop a few F-bombs. Anyway, I would have cut them out. All right, so... Well, Rob,
We're ready to go. So
what do we do?
Go up to File, and you'll do Import Session
First
Data.
thing you got to do is make sure it's highlighted. We don't want it to come in the middle of the vocals.
So your very last track needs to be highlighted.
Exactly.
Everything in blue is denoted so you know where all the audio tracks are. So once the template comes in, the different colors will denote your different subs and your groups and your master.
Here, you know what? I just realized I deleted all the showing them quickly the template. Let's show them quickly.
Okay.
5 minutes. Not
All
even.
right.
We're going to open up the template. Templado. Dude, I'm tired. Whoa. Today was intense.
Yeah. But we got through it.
Stayed calm.
Yeah.
So you'll see here's the template. So these are the drums. These are the audio tracks with all of the routing and all of the basics, software that I use. But there's no drums, so I'll fly those over, the drums onto this. You'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I don't do that. So the rest of it is just, you'll see all audio is blue. What are these?
Those are subgroups.
Right, so these are, and they're all a different color. And
Right.
this is like all the crushes And the buses are these. They're all this maroon. And I have two drum verbs here, a drum verb and a snare verb. I just have them this color because this whole thing just goes over. Be easy enough. Vocal Crush. And you'll see you've got all your guitars, acoustic, key sub, and then you've got
Vocal
four
subs.
vocal subs. And if you need more than four, I mean, this we may split out some of those BGVs, so we may end up using 6. You just make them on the fly. It's easy.
You have your master fader.
And get your master fader with, a little bit of schmutz on it. Oh my God. And the last dude is the little meter guy. And then what's at the end here?
Now you have your effects subgroups that you're going to be sending level to. They're basically kind of a parallel for your room, plate, and different delays. And then you have a global boom, which is a sub, and a global grit, which is putting a little bit of parallel distortion and just
Right.
a smidge of compression if you need it.
And all 10 of these equate to what? 10 slots. Remember? There's 10 slots on each track.
Yeah, so
you
they
can-
correlate with.
Yeah, so
So you can. So they'll be in the same slot position for the sends on every track that you're going to be sending from.
and also notice, how do they go? Do they go from small to large, large to small?
Well, you're going from a smaller space with reverb to larger feel and larger spaces,
Right,
starting with
so-
room, plate, and hall. Your gated verb.
It's guitar verb.
Guitar verb, I'm sorry. And then you go from your shorter delays to your longer delays.
Right, slap, eighth, mod. And the thing is, with the grit and the boom, these are all grouped, these 8. But these two aren't, because these really affect the mix as far as, like, if I feel like the whole mix is a little bit wet and I turn it down, my mix really changes because now the parallels are changing. So, all right. So anyway, that's it. Running a little bit of heat. That gives you an idea. So that's what we're going to be pulling into Sage Hill Mix Prep 2. So again, we've got the song. We're at the bottom. Now what do we do, Rob?
Well, typically you double check your I/O. We've already done that, and we've done the save as.
Right.
So
Yep.
now what you'll do is import session data,
File. Import.
session data, and then go to your template, wherever you have that saved. Mix template. All right, now double check and make sure that what you're pulling in, that you have selected the right things.
It's the
First
whole
off,
mix.
yeah, so you want to hit new. You want to make sure those go to new tracks.
They will when I highlight them. Apple A, they all set.
Right.
And I could move the kick onto the kick, but we're not going to do
We're
that.
playing it safe.
So now they're all Apple A. They're all...
Yeah. And I know you've kind of got your default set up, but typically you would want to go and check and make sure that you're not importing markers. You're not
Right.
importing playlists,
It's
tempos,
right here.
key signatures,
Yeah.
those things. You don't want that to overlay.
Right, because then you'll lose the tempo and the markers.
All right, looks like we're in.
Yes, we are.
Is everybody in?
So we're just going to start by, we're going to go to the these are the actual drums. I'm going to just change the color for a reason. We'll switch it back. Or we won't, because... Well, I'm sorry. You tell me what to do.
So what I would do next is start with your kick in, highlight that, and scroll down to the end of all of your drum.
Yeah, we can pull it all over.
Yeah, and pull that over.
all the way to snare verb.
And pull that over to your what is currently your last drum track.
That's exactly it. Good job.
Now that you've got that there, we'll go back to the edit window, and you will highlight your kick, your snares, toms, ride, overhead, hi-hats, whatever you've got, and do a copy and a paste into your template position.
Right, so kick in. There's no kick out here, so I'll
Correct.
get rid of this kick out. Okay. So we do. I just highlight it, and I always go to 0, and I just drop the marker, and I'll drop it, and then hit return, and just paste it. So I'm going to paste it here on trigger 2, because I'm going to put this kick in trigger. There you go. Okay.
And then right on down the
Right
line,
on down the line. Right on down the line.
just like Joey Rafferty said.
That's it. Oh, there's none of that weird snare thing like the other. That snare.
Yeah, that's kind of odd spot mic.
It's
for
called,
effect.
yeah, called like, was it off? It was
Yeah.
off. Like off axis.
Right.
Like maybe a Zeppelin. So now I've got, because remember, this is the mix. You're going to see this. This is going to be beautiful. And now instead of 2, we've got 4.
And
So
you
we'll come
want to
to
do
this.
your snare top to your snare trigger.
Right. See
Now
what I
you
did
can
there?
do your toms. And you've got
Now I'll come here and duplicate. Hold on one
Right.
second. Duplicate. 2. Boom. Let's just grab these real quick and go boom. I do audience perspective, so if people do drummer perspective, they would do this the opposite. Yeah. No, there's a ride on this. I wonder if this is it. This could be a different drummer, but the BD only is weird. I think that this is okay. Now I've got ride. Looks like it's all down the line the same. There's I haven't. Helps if I put the toms in there. He's like, I think it would be
yeah.
toms. I wonder if it all is just the same. And then there's ride, hi hat, overs and overs. Yeah, this
And
whole
rooms.
thing. Yeah,
Okay, so you can go right down the line.
rooms is mono though. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let me see. We'll see. Right down the line. Yeah, rooms won't go because it's
Yeah, you've got to collapse it.
yeah,
to
and this
mono.
is weird. No, this is a strange deal. I don't know why this is doing this. Let's duplicate. What? What did I just do?
You
I deleted it?
Yeah, instead of deleting, so Apple Z.
Don't tell me that's not going to work.
No.
You have to go pull it out.
So you'll have to,
You'll see.
yeah,
Import session
data and pull it from the original session.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, Sage Hill.
In your audio, well, you're
Extract.
wanting all the data. So,
Extract.
yep. There's your rooms.
I'll just copy, even though I don't really need to. It's just, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I've lost my marbles. Oh, it's all the way at the end. Okay. All right. So we come here. We'll go here.
There
We'll
you
get
go.
rid of this. Delete it. Oh no, we won't delete it. What we'll do is we'll copy over the
Right.
schmutz.
And make sure your routing is copied over
Yep.
too.
There's a drum bus. Yeah, I think these are really good now going to overs. We'll see. I don't really know. There you go. So we'll go hide and make inactive. So now this is our drums. There it is. So what I'm going to do is come to the original drums, and I'm going to go hide and make inactive, save. I'm going to take this drums, I'm going to get rid of it, and now I'm just going to do a fresh group Oh, I'm going fast. But what I did was I got rid of the original drum group. Now I'm going to grab all the drums.
Establish a new drum
with the
group.
triggers and everything, and I'm going to go Apple G. Yeah, instead of trying to doctor
Right.
it, it's like, no, it's just quicker, it's done.
Okay.
So let's see. So what we'll do now is we'll look. All right, so we tell them we want to look at the routing.
We want to look at the routing, make sure everything is
Let's-
going where it should. We want to make sure our kicks are going to the kick sub, the snare, toms, and overs, as well as any routing to
Now-
our grit.
Right,
those
now I
sorts of
just
things.
muted all the other tracks. All we have is drum tracks on. And if I hit play, this should sound cool. So if it was out of time, what could be going on?
You'd have something routed to your main left and right out, and not your groups, and then it would cause the discrepancy in the latency for the routing.
Right.
Or if something was outrageously loud, it could be an indicator that you had it routed double
Right.
someplace, those types of things,
Right.
and then you would
And
start looking.
With some of the parallels, it gets a little. You got to just be careful. So here's kick, and also you can use control to highlight or to solo a track while it's grouped, right? Because if you just solo it, then you solo everything.
Right.
So we don't want control. So these now you'll see here are going to kick sub, which is here. That becomes the master for the kick. And then you come here, and I've got snare top, snare bottom, and snare trigger. Oh man, it's just incredibly sexy. And now I go to toms, and there's toms. And now I go to
Find out what's on our ride.
ride, hi-hat, and overs. On overs, yeah, this has been massacred. Yeah, so here's a little, and then room right now, I'm just going to send room out to overs for now. We may switch that later. So here's a little something for, and this is just my, if you're like a moderate engineer or you're just a musician that tracks himself, don't do a lot of jiggy stuff when you're tracking. That's just my opinion. If anything, don't do anything if you can do it. If you can do nothing, do nothing. If you got to put a little bit of compression on it, fine, a little bit. I would not touch an EQ in tracking if you're like, a drummer or whatever, because what happens is here's the overs. Right? There's no EQ on these overs. It's just, let me kill. There's nothing on it, and here they are. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, because typically you won't know what the artist has
Yeah, and
has communicated to the producer or the mixer about the character of the song.
And the thing
you
too,
put it in
like
a box.
the kick's been hit hard. So I've got this, but if it doesn't matter. It's just it's massacred. So with the kick that overblown, and then with no kick in the overs, what we're living by. What are we living by?
What are we living by?
The trigger.
Yeah.
You got a problem with it? Go find another YouTube where they're purists, because we're not. I'm not. Got to make this bop somehow. And without that trigger, here's kick trigger off. Nobody having a party. Get the snare out of there. Snare trigger too out. I mean, the snare's repairable. Popped out, so that's the game plan. Okay.
Yeah.
So snare bottom, you just usually turn it down a little bit. Anyway, there it is. So, and all of this here, kick sub, snare sub, tom sub, and over sub. Where's it going?
Well, it depends on your preference, but typically you take each
Where's
of
it
those,
going here? It's all going one place. Keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
They're all going to one place.
Oh, I see. As far as the routing,
Right, where are they going
yeah,
to?
they're going on down the line, and
To what?
To your drum sub. You have one drum sub, correct?
Yep. It's also called drum bus or something.
Your drum
no,
bus?
No, it's a bus. The subs are the subgroups.
Okay, so it's your
right.
drum.
The only thing you're hearing now is a little bit on some parallels.
Yeah.
So if I kill all these, should hear nothing.
I thought you meant position-wise, as far as if you were going to move the kick over next.
Doing this color
Exactly.
instead of trying to
Yeah.
I like this better
Yeah.
than taking and putting the kick sub here,
Right.
putting the snare sub here. That's just too much.
Right.
All right, so
Yeah,
we're
so all the subs are
but anyway,
going,
what happens is
going to the bus.
these parallels will not make this perfect, but it'll make it cool. It'll make it sound great. So then this becomes parallel to no, this is the basic gas
That's your gas
pedal
pedal for the whole
whole drum kit. So if the drums are great except a little loud, go like that. Also, I've got a drum crush, which is the fat, and then you bring that in, and you'll. So if I turn the bus down. You get all that action.
Yeah. Now your verbs are going out 1 and 2. They're not going into the bus, correct? Your drum verb and your snare verb.
Yeah, they're just going out. Right. Everything's going. Well, the crush is going out to the bus.
Correct.
Then the bus and the verbs are all going out 1 and 2, or mixing in the box. That's just beautiful.
So now you follow down the line and do the same thing with your bass.
Okay, so we come here. We grab this. We bring the bass out to the bass bus. So now this is the bass, this is the bass bus, and then there's a bass crush, and you'll see they're parallel all the way down the line. Very easy. Devil lock on the bass crush. I've also got this Mammoth. That's a cool plug-in.
It's great. Yeah.
We've got our crush that we can bring in for more grit. And you can do whatever you want. No, why am I? Oh, right, because I have to put it in. Bass crush. See how compressed it is. So really part. Ticky bass thing. So let's try. Give me a minute here in the kick.
Yeah.
Let me turn the real kick down. Let me go up to this trigger, and let me turn down this Andy Wallace kick, and I'll turn these other ones up, and we're gonna soften this better.
Yeah.
And I turn down that little. Turn this guy down.
Yeah.
To start. And then I like to add a little reverb on that kick. Feels so separated. I've got that snare verb here, which really we could put on just the trigger. Let's just say for the trigger to start with. Already nice on the reverb.
And what's the verb that you're using for this?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Let's see. So here's drum verb. This is just a global drum verb. Just Valhalla Room, man. I've been using. This is what I've been using a lot.
Sounds so fantastic.
As Valhalla Room on snare.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Those
it.
are great plugins.
That already sounds nice.
Yeah, it's jiving.
It's already groovy. Now
you follow suit with the guitars.
yeah, I'm going to make everything medium. Option, and you click it. Now they're all medium. Right? So, let me... I don't think you're going to be able to... well, try explaining.
I know you have a
this.
lot of different things that go on with your guitars sometimes. So...
well, this is what we've got for guitar subs, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We've got 4 guitar subs, an acoustic sub, and a keys sub.
Mm-hmm.
We can add as much as we want. So what I'll do is, like, here's my main guitar. All right, you explain this.
And there might be a couple of places where another guitar picks up the heavy lifting for a different sound or a chorus. But you'll move your guitar 1 sub to where those...
Let me shut this off for a minute. Yeah, so what I want to do is kind of look at where my groupings are. So I know that I'm going to put guitar 1 on guitar 1 because this is the money shot. Everything else. So now we'll come and we'll put guitar 1 here, and you can see this is a big session. You got to stay organized. So now if I was to come here and go bus to G1, and you'll see I don't have to do solo safe because the tracks are open, the subs and buses are solo safed. You want to explain that to them?
I'll let you do that.
And it doesn't matter how you do it.
Yeah.
How is this? What am I doing?
Well, you're solo safing so that when you solo an individual part within a group, that it is not taking it to where it
signal passes.
Yeah.
If I don't solo safe this
sub.
and I solo this,
Right.
you're not going to hear it because it's bussing out.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. But that's my point. It doesn't matter how you do it. This is how solo safing works.
Right.
And you can do it this way or you can do it this way.
Right.
How you do it with a console. This seems to be the way to do it with in the box.
It's you could show that with the drums too because you start soloing individually.
Right.
And if you don't have it solo safe, then
so if I want to hear just the kick,
if your kick sub and your drum bus weren't solo saved,
it wouldn't pass.
It wouldn't pass.
Yeah. And this is the opposite of the way I think the SSL was.
Yeah.
The SSL was right because right as I was setting up the mix to import the template, I set everything in solo safe, all the tracks, because the solos were on. The solos were on the I don't mix like this anymore.
Yeah.
What are those things?
on the Huey.
No. They're on the. No, it's the.
Aux.
What was the 8 faders? Like drums on one, bass, music. They were groups, but they had a word for them in the SSL.
I don't know what the SSL in particular called them, but
Yeah, but it's what they call them on all consoles. It's the
subgroup or
no. Well, no, it's just basically like a bus, but signal doesn't pass through it, so it really becomes like a group fader.
Right. The VCA.
VCA. That's
Okay.
it. Voltage control. Schmagay.
Yeah, your VCA.
This is gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so what I'll do now is I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna start soloing these. So just listen, I think these are just... And now, what's this lead? This lead. So I'm making decisions on how I want to group these. You'll see. Hold on. So you know what I'll do? I'm going to take these and move them up here. What the heck? Something grabbed somewhere.
Yeah,
that
there you
was
go now.
weird.
Okay.
Wait a second.
What? Yeah, you.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
There must have been something
There you go.
doohickey doy down there. Okay. So now all of this is just like power. Oh, that's kind of different though. All right. Well, you know what? Let's just stay with that for now. Let me just look at these. You know what I'll do? I'm going to move this out. Let me see what this is. You'll understand what I'm doing in a minute here out there. All right, so for right now, and this is, oh, that's the Barry part. That's fine. You know what we'll do for right now? We're going to grab all of this. We're going to output all of this G2 because they're similar. And again, as the mix progresses, we can move, we can change things. We're not glued into this as our thing. So here we go. So now all of these guys are going to be going through this. Now that's cool. This and just give it a little different color just because it'll be easier for me to see. I may not. I don't know. No, you know what? I'm getting off the multicolors. We're getting off the multicolors. All right, now we're going to come down here. And we're going to see this is the lead. Get your lead. Funk. Wah. Yeah, this is all going to be different. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll explain in a second. Just give me a minute, I'll explain this. You know what I'm going to do? And again, this is just to get me going. I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to send all this out G3. Okay, and I'm going to pull G3 over. To here. Yeah, and there may be, because if there's something that I want a lot of echo on, I can put that right on the track itself and not on the subgroup because I don't necessarily want it all to have echo. Now I've got lead here. So check it out. So I'm going to grab the rest of this. So here's what I'm going to do. Check it out. Here's the lead, which we're going to put out G4. Which is here. So now lead is here. Lead is here. Now I've got acoustic and keys that's already set to go into the mix, the music, bus and everything. I'm going to take all this and I'm just going to hide it and make it inactive. I know where it is. It's right at the end of G4 sub. So if all of a sudden I'm like, I got to split this out, I can grab the acoustic, slide it over, call it guitar intro. Yeah, just name it and roll. So now what I've got is I've got all my guitars coming through their subs. So you see, this is the whole guitar thing. The main one going into 1, a bunch of utility into 2, a bunch of leady stuff in 3, solo in 4, and now I've got my music bus. Got a parallel compression. I've got a crush, a music crush. And you bring that up to add energy.
And this song just has guitars, but if you had a song that had synths and keys and pianos and that type of thing, it would be going through that music crush and the music sub as well, correct?
Exactly. And we'll tell you something. If you're watching this and you're like, oh, what's all that? No, parallel this, parallel that. Depending on what you're doing, kind of like where you're at, what level you're at, what the expectations are. I have suffered in the past by not getting my mixes to be able to bang enough. I'll leave it at that. I learned my lesson. They have to bang, especially if you're going to be sending these out to A&R reps. They better bang. You know, they don't want to hear about slick. They don't want to hear about slick things. They want it to bang. That's just been my experience.
Now you're following suit with the vocals.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
With the guitars.
Right. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the vocal. So these are my... I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Here's my main vocal. And this is probably an ad-lib. Or like a pseudo-double.
And always be at peace.
All that's going to go through Voc 1 because this is the money. Output, Voc 1. You know what I'll do too? I'll come here to the edit window and I'll add in all the other inserts.
Okay.
Boy, this one took a lifetime to warm up too.
Yeah, typically you'd be going...
I'd have nothing because
you'd be doing Apple equal back to the mix window.
And I still will, but... My vision is so bad that I'm like when I'm producing, I want as much audio track as I can see. I'm good now. We're developing.
And always be at peace.
I mean, there's our main track right there. That's our money, right? Now there's a talk track. I'm not going to put that through there because chances are the talk track's going to be drier. Maybe let's see. Let's look at the talk track real quick.
This is feelings, not someone. This isn't
Yeah. So we're going to go a little drier on the talk track. We'll make that V2. And the party is about to start. We'll send this out. V2.
This is feelings, not someone. This is...
And the rest is stackolas. It's all stacks.
So you designate those, kind of treat them as BGVs?
Yeah, I'm going to do this. Let me hear this right here.
Just don't change.
Let me hear this down here.
The advantage is you.
Similar.
You know what I'm going to do?
Kind of move them.
And usually this stuff is in equals, but this isn't 2 or 7. You'll just do an extra one. You'll see what I do. What do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go into grid mode, and I'm going to slide this down. 2 down to H1. And the production, the way we do these records with this Scooter Page. Oh, what the heck happened? Why didn't that move? don't know why that's doing that, but that's weird. Hold on 1 second. I'm probably not catching all of it. It's probably... Oh, I am. That's weird. Okay, not sure why that's doing that. Let's do this. I got a better idea. We'll just go like that. Mute it for right now. What the hell is going on? Why is that being so weird? So it's this, and it's 8, right? Oh, I see. Let me just throw it here. That's fine. That's good for right now. That's perfect. Okay. And the reason is I can get rid of this, to kind of save a little real estate, because these mixes get really big. And again, I'm going to just do hide, make inactive.
And there you
Just don't change.
I'm in the same spot, right? I didn't blow that. No, I didn't. Yeah.
Just don't change.
We're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to put bus 3 up to there. We're going to take all these harms, we're going to put them out bus 3. And again, or vocal 3. Again, what do we do? What can we do on the fly here, Rob?
Yeah, you can take the whole group up and down.
Cha-
If it's a little bit too loud, a little bit too
And also
soft.
we can just move them around and,
Yeah.
depending on if you want to, oh, these all are darker over here. I like this sound for this, or I don't want that for this. And that's it. And the rest of them are going into 4. And again, this is just getting it in a place where you can start to work. And there's 4. And now they're all going to their 4 subs. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all bus over to the vocal bus. And then there's also a bus crush, which is like a 8-to-1. A little hot. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get all these crushes. Boom. And now we can come here and we can turn. If I turn this crush down, it's going to turn all of them down. Drums, bass, music, and vocal. It's going to keep the basic level the same. And the reason is I'm going to do this before I start getting like a little board mix or just a level mix, right? And I've got a limiter on here, which we can have on or have off. It doesn't matter. We've got a master chain and Command Shift U, Command Shift B, remove. I'm going to just make all this small for right now. So there it is. Now the next step would be ungroup the drums. What do I want to clean up?
You want to clean up some of your noise on your toms.
That's first. There it is.
Yeah.
So I'll take these. We'll make them medium. And you can see there ain't nothing going on there. That first song had like do the whole thing. So what I'd say, I'm going to chop all these out. If you're not totally sure about this, you can just, you can just mute them, mute out the spots. But I can always pull them back if I'm so inclined. I'll figure it out. Boom, done. That's all pretty much drum bleed or tom bleed.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on here. Let me kill these other ones I want to see. I can also also enlarge a little bit. I think that's it. Yeah, that's just bleed. Yeah, and there's that
Two
guy.
smaller ones.
Yeah, I think this is it right here. It's a little bit of a bold move, but let's just see how it works. Yeah, and you can get these out, but I'll just leave it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, look at that. Boy, it sounds ugly when it kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely get you out. And don't hit that transient if you want to avoid it. Maybe a little bit sharp. I'm not sure. Sometimes you don't know if it's bleed or what it is. That seems like an unnatural thing, but it could be. Who knows? This is just snare, bleed. I don't even think that's anything. Yeah. Is that ooh? Mm-hmm. That ooh out of there. You know what I mean? And you gotta see if it's snare or not. So again, if you're not really totally really confident in this, don't delete anything. You would, like, if you were to come here and you were gonna, like, let's just say, oh, I want to cut this out and keep this, I would grab that Apple XV and mute it, so you could still have it there. Or if you're doing it for a producer and he's like, hey, don't chop anything out. Like, we had a guy that's going to be assisting here, and he was here today earlier, and I said, yeah. You see what I'm doing? You're not going to do that. You're not going to chop out toms when you're setting up mixes. Yeah, that's again that snare drum. Just because, you know, I mean, if I blow it, it's on me. It's, you know, on the producer, but I wouldn't put that on like an assistant to like, hey, make that big decision. This, oh yeah, let's keep it up. I can't see it that way. This is like a little tedious, but this pays dividends.
So worth it.
So worth it. Because then we can just pump this up, and you won't have all this. Like, the only downside I would say with this, what the heck, is the rooms and the overs are not like expressive really big time. So. Sometimes, you know, you get a better vibe if you have this, but for this, I think it's just this and this. Yeah. So let's go here. Let's go here. Those are his toms. So you're starting to see where his primary hits are, you know. It's probably second tom, bottom floor tom, right? Mm-hmm. It's actually T1, T2, T3, oh, T4. This stuff. Yeah,
You always paint your toms out audience perspective.
Yeah, I mean that's who's buying the record.
Yeah, I do them audience perspective if the drummer's left-handed.
I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, never made sense to me. there. We'll just leave all that because there's just a bunch going on there, right? A lot of cleanup. That was a snare hit there. He likes that. That's that move. Probably like a 12 and a 16. Oy. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know about cutting all this. Like, sometimes in these phrases, I just leave them because, you know, there's all that and there's all that baritone guitar in there. And
Yeah, and then it makes the drums sound like they're lisping.
well, you
Get too
know,
aggressive with it.
sometimes you can hear it coming in and out.
Right.
But you got to have a pretty good ear to hear that. I don't think there's anything on this first one. Let's do that, see what happens. But again, I can pull these things out if I realized I overcooked it. You know, explaining this is a little tricky. Plus, I mean, this is what I do. But if you have any questions, you can just ask them. Usually this kind of stuff will bring up a lot of like, wait, why'd you do that? And why is this? And I don't understand that. And what'd you do there? And, you know. It's probably nothing there. Yeah, I'll just leave that in there 'cause I don't know if there's anything. I think this is all dead.
Yeah.
Alright, so we definitely don't have these. Let's get these out of here. Yeah, we're just kind of picking our battles. And again, I can clean these more or less as I go. I just want to get something that's kind of going to be, you know, give me a chance to just listen to this kit without a lot of overtones. Yeah, looks like it's probably the end. Yeah. I think it's only that bottom one. Yeah. Yeah, so this is all dead after this. Usually what you do is you grab it kind of, you know, a bar or so and kind of gradually come in. And you'll see what works as you go. But this is a general. I mean, this is a little more aggressive maybe. But so we'll come here, boom, come out slow, and there you go. So now you should have drums, Command Shift U, Command Shift B, save too, you know. Yeah, so now it's like
Some misunderstanding. projected to you. No. See, motive and perspective tries to kill you. Release the illusions and see the ego sing. Whether it's all misunderstanding or it's done deliberately, just don't change your soul. You gotta love, let it go, let it go. Just remember, just don't allow you to take you. Don't allow you to take you. No big advantage is you.
So I've got an EQ on each of the toms, right? Which I'll mess with that as I go, and then I'm kind of doing a general one, general one.
Overall.
You know, just see, because it feels maybe.
No big advantage is you. See, it's not someone or someone else's feelings.
Oh, I gotta ungroup the crush group thing. So I've got bass crush, which is going to give us more distortion. That's this mammoth and the Devlock. And sometimes soloed it'll seem too much, and then in the track it's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
No big advantage is you. See, it's not someone or someone else's feelings. No. This isn't your proof for all your worth. I'm sinking. Don't look back. I'm saying. No big advantage is you. See, it's not someone.
Come down here just for a second and just give myself a break with the vocals. Let me just listen to this for a minute. So I'm wondering if Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guitars to go through. I wonder maybe if we call it and hit it in the morning,
Yeah.
fresh.
Fresh ears.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going. I've been
Start working
going
after
since
those
the
guitars.
crack. It was a rough one today, guys. I would be lying if I didn't. Yeah, and this needs that crush, that drum
Yeah.
crush, because I gotta mess with this. It's just. On that lead part, just a little bit of quarter delay, which is Echo Boy, a little bit of mod, and a little bit of guitar verb. And mod, I think, is just all the gets
Micro shift.
man. That's I mean, I've owned 2 of these H3000s. This thing size, to feel that's pretty powerful. And I put a little guitar verb, which is I think a little plate. Literally little plate. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Come back to that crush, pulling everybody down a little bit. Sometimes it just starts getting a little loud. You can automate these crushes so that they're not as gritty in spots where you don't want them as gritty. that too. Now I'm hearing that vocal. It's right there. He says Sage Hill. That's a whole other thing. So, what do you think, man?
Getting there.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun. Moral of the story today is I like mixing at 44.1. It's a stunning. Should I tell them what happened? All right, so a number of years, I worked in 88 too. So, in all of my brilliant genius of shooting out everything. So I shot out the sonic difference at 6.75K between the yellow pick and the, So you were there.
I was there.
We had some mixes and we did something and we did them at 44, 48, 88.2, and 96. I liked 88.2.
Yeah.
I started working at 88.2. Working at 88.2 is cool. It sounds great. Guitars sound great. Vocals sound great. Mixing sucks in 88.2, especially if you got big mixes, lots of routing, lots of plugins, automation, God forbid you have a lot of software synths. It's just too much for my rig. So there you have it. So let's, for a minute, we'll kill all this. We'll run down a little bit of this, and we will pick this back up tomorrow. Something I did here was the hi-hat. This is what I'm thinking maybe here. Don't blow it up, Jay. And I could be wrong. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to try something. I'm just going to get rid of all the cutting here, because the hi-hat is bleeding hard into these.
Okay.
So I could hear it kind of phasing a little bit in and see, it's just too okay. I got an idea. Let me go back to, I had the right idea. I think I got to get out. Oof, man, it's like I don't know if I can get out in time though. Let me see. Does everybody know what I'm doing? And this may or may not work, and I can finesse this in later. where it's spitting out.
Yeah.
So I got an idea. Check it out. Which doesn't matter because now we're on the ride. So it's like, yeah, a series of like overcoming problems, right? So we're coming out of this. The hat's a little louder.
Automate them.
Yeah, I can just do a little of this, a little of this, little of that, 2 of this, 3 of those, 2 of those, 3 of those naked lady tees. Oh, looks good on you. Just yeah, it's a little squirrely, but you watch. I'll be finessing this in tomorrow, and. Yeah, man. There's nothing on that. There's probably nothing on that, too. Yeah, buddy. So you're just getting a little taste of. And the thing too is like knowing who you're. So, and we talked about this, like with Scooter. It's like when I get those guitars right where they feel right, I know he wants them a little louder. That's just that's how he rolls. Want these up there, but I don't want them spiking out.
Yeah.
So just put a limit. Extra quarter on those. Probably more of an eighth. You know what? Actually, let's do an eighth because of the tempo. Let's turn it up. Turn it up. Sorry about that. Don't turn it up. Not that loud. So this is me playing everything except for drums. And you know what? You know what I grew up listening to, and this is where I think this comes from. Miola.
Oh yeah.
It's got that Al Di Meola
hear
kind of
that.
thing. Wow. That's cool, right? I mean,
Yeah.
wait till we hear the vocals in it. But it's got almost like an instrumental thing to it, too.
Right. Yeah, it almost sounds like it could be used as a cue. Not almost, it could.
All right.
It's the last thing we do.
Match if you command should be and save.
No.
Padow?
No. We hit like.
Oh, hit like and subscribe. I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If you want to like the video, that's
If you
on
want
you.
to, great. If you don't, whatever.
You know, homie ain't got time for no algorithms, man.
No.
That's, I'm not into that. All right, so. Woo! Lot going on. All right, we're going to pick this back up mañana. Now we're going to back it up. And this has been a heck of a day, man.
Mm-hmm.